Okay. Well, it's only gotten progressively worse. Episode 7 just finished, and she's drinking again. This time with some woman named Vicky. But the first part, the best part, already at the beginning, she has to show off her stupid handwriting. She just does, doesn't she? Just anytime that she can, and look how happy she looks. I like it that I'm showing off my handwriting. I like it so much. Anytime that she can. Every single time. I don't know why. She's in love with her own handwriting. Now, here, she's going to start going through the garden, right? But here's my question when it comes to that. This isn't her garden. She keeps on saying, oh, we grew it in the garden. Oh, we got these ingredients from the garden. But she's not at her house, meaning that the garden that we're looking at right there on screen, that's not her garden. That's someone else's garden. So, I don't know. It just really feels like she's pushing this delusion, a fantasy. Like, it's not your house, man. You know, you even admitted it at the beginning. So then she starts getting a bunch of stuff, and then she says, because, oh, wait, no, it's this next one. No time for funny games. Yeah, here. Because we have such a beautiful lavender right now. What do you mean we? It's not your house. Same thing. There's a couple of gorgeous tomatoes that came in. They didn't come in. You got there, and the other people planted it. You know, they didn't come in for you. And I'm just not, I don't get it. It's a delusion, right? So then she starts cutting the tomatoes and she says, this is weird. Listen to this. And it's weird. You're not trying to create in a harvest basket one meal. You're trying to create moments for people, moments that people can pick from. And then each time they do that, they feel thought of. What? Hold on. You're not trying to create in a harvest basket one meal. You're trying to create moments that people can pick from. And then each time they do that, they feel thought of. What? Again, what you're trying to do is share what you have. What? This lady speaks in like holiday cards or something. I don't understand. And then she even goes on to, and this is the thing I was saying, where it's not her garden, right? She says, we don't all have a garden like this. Yes, you don't, Meghan. It's not yours. That's someone else's house. That's someone else's garden. We all don't have a garden like this. I fully recognize that. It doesn't seem like you do. It truly doesn't. I didn't grow up with a garden like this. Yeah, right. You know what? That kind of that's a shot at her father, man. What, because Thomas Markle Sr. wasn't rich enough to have you out in Montecito, you're bitching? Is that it? Well, I didn't have a garden like this because my dad, who actually had a job and actually had to work on Married with Children, because we didn't live in Montecito and I wasn't here. You see, like, you can hear the teenage angst. She's still mad about stuff. Well, I wasn't rich and all the other kids in Los Angeles were rich. You could totally see it. So then, this is the talent that gave her a Netflix show. What you're about to see, this is it. So she puts a cabbage, and then some oranges, and then some cucumber, or there's some lemons there, and some cucumbers. And then spinach. And then she took the spinach out, and then she puts other squash, looks like. And then she puts this other stuff. You see there's lemons there. She moved lemons, and then she puts garlic. And then there's basil, and I guess those are green onions. And then she's getting purple lettuce. And then this is even worse. These are eggs. She put it in a little carton with the kid's name on it, Archie chicken something. Okay, and then she puts it there. And that is the talent. That's what people are supposed to. Let me go back to this other photo. This one's better. That right there is what people are supposed to watch this show for. So that way they can learn that right there. Are you joking? Is this a joke? And this is why you can't take it seriously. Because you're trying to tell me that people should take tips on how to put vegetables into a friggin' basket. That's the tips. Those are the tips. You're trying to tell me that someone can't find that out on their own? It's ridiculous. It's an absolute farce is what it is. So then she brings out these croissants that she got at the store. She didn't, those aren't handmade by Meghan. And then she says, Vicky loves coffee. And this part is freaking hilarious. Okay, so then she starts doing this. She's getting the sweet cream there. So then she's going to make the cream. And now, right, why don't you make it special? Maybe your guest loves cinnamon. And now this is the problem that is wrong with the show. She's talking to the director. She's not talking to us, you and I. Because when Ina Garten, I love Ina Garten. When Ina Garten does her show, she's talking to the camera. She's talking to the thing. Oh, this is an amazing thing. Oh, this is an amazing. She's coming through to the camera at you. And this woman isn't doing that. She's speaking, I think, to the director or one of the producers. And the problem with that is that if this show is about influencing people and making people want to live the way you live, don't you think you might want to talk at the camera, at the people, Meghan? See, and what this feels like I said earlier, is it's just for people that are her fans so they can watch her exist. That's it. So they can watch her be in the kitchen. It's a joke. This is ridiculous. So then she's going to put the milk and stuff, and she's talking about, instead of just pouring it out from the carton, why don't you put it on the stove and give it a little whisk? Yeah, well, you didn't give it a whisk, did you? So then she shows it there. Now when I go, oh my God. And then she admits that she's a drinker again. Watch. When I go to Vicky's house and she offers me a cup of coffee, when I normally say no because it's not typically my thing. Yes, Meghan, it's not your thing. Coffee, when you go to someone else's house, is not your thing. Wine. Wine. Or a little bit of champs. Huh? You love the champs? Meg. Is that it? We know it, Meghan. We know it. So then she says it's typically not my thing because alcohol is. And she says it's always nice to have condiments on the table. She starts yapping. She's just yapping. And then she starts putting the berries. And this is what's supposed to make it so nice. And she puts the berries next to the croissants, so that's the talent. Do you know what I mean? Meghan Markle put berries next to a croissant. That's why she's got a Netflix show. Because that right there, berries next to a croissant, that's like the most groundbreaking host stuff that you can come up with. And you get eight episodes. 8 episodes, yeah. This is ridiculous. So then she even puts a little thing of jam, strawberry story. Oh, strawberries that if we need extra. On this side, I'm going to put some mint just for color. Yapping, just yapping. And then there. And the whole time she was yapping, she's just talking and talking to the director, talking. The cream is burning. The cream is going off. And then she turns around, and as you can see right there, it's really going off. It's literally above the edge right there. She turns around and then she still wants to play it cool. And she turns and says, I bet it's good. Ugh, what a jerk off. And then she goes, oh, look, by the way. And then she starts stirring it and it kind of comes down. It's a beautiful pillow of creamy goodness. No, you overcooked it, Meghan. No, you overcooked it because you were yapping, Meghan. No. So then she eats it and then she turns and she's like, that's very good. As if she didn't just overcook whatever the hell that was supposed to be, some type of normal cream for coffee. This is what we're talking about. This is the stuff that is the issue. And she doesn't see it. Why? Because you want to know why? Because this is not going to affect her. It's just going to have more people and then more people and then more people. And then, right. And after today, what are the articles going to say? Are they going to say that? Oh, Meghan burned the cream for the coffee. No, they're not. They're only going to talk about her friggin' clothes and her hair and her jewelry. So it's not really going to affect her. This was a huge screw up. You literally, Meghan Markle, I am speaking directly to you. You literally overcooked on television. This really happened. Okay? You did that. Why? Because you were yapping. So, this is an embarrassment, this is a failure, and this is a farce. That's what it is. And then she covers it by saying that. So finally the friend comes over, and she said that she made her the cream. And then so the woman liked it because they're nice. She's a nice lady, you know. This lady's just a nice person. So then Meghan Markle makes up this job story. I have never heard about this. Meghan Markle was a drink girl, or she wanted to be a coat check girl, but instead she became a drink girl. That's good. I mean, I had a job when I was in college. That's so good. Okay. And then the lady says, really? Like expecting a really good story. And then Megan says, yeah, like doing two majors. And then like, I'll go to Chicago and get extra money and be a coat check girl. But instead, no, they said they wanted me to be a cocktail waitress. I've never heard of that ever. Not even from Paula. And I know that Paula goes like back, like, I don't even know how many friggin' years. So unless that's something that I'm missing, that she used to be a cocktail waitress at a bar. This sounds like a totally made up story. And that some guy from Texas, he was loud and he said, can I get an indistinct martini? He couldn't tell. She couldn't tell. And then she said, oh, he's from Cowboy, so it's a Cowboy rum martini. He's from Texas. Stupid. And then she was like, well, we don't have that. And I went back and she tells him, and he's like, what? You don't have a Kettle One martini? And then she still says, I don't know. You don't know what a Kettle One martini is? Meghan Markle, do you see? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. And then they try and topple the bad neighbor story with this. This Vicky lady says, I was new in town. You welcomed me with one of your beautiful cornucopias. And then Meghan, like, because there's probably alcohol in there. And then she says, I know as if you were coming. Meghan said that. And so, of course, I made you another one. And she made her this whole thing. And that's what we saw earlier, the talent of putting vegetables in a friggin' basket. And then, boom, she busts out the champs. They love the champs, both of them. And then they start making the pot stickers. The pot stickers fell out almost onto the floor. It was hilarious, but I didn't get it. And then they just ate the pot stickers. And then they went outside, and she showed her stuff about face cream. I mean, Meghan's used to getting cream on her face anyway.